Morning, gang. It's been a while, and I told you guys in my earlier lives that I would not get on if I was feeling some type of way, negative, whatever, and because just don't want to bring that energy on here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, to this show anyway. You know, of course, dealing with business. Wayland Enterprises Live. That's dealing with the business, and you're gonna have some type of negativity sometimes. But this right here is just I enjoy doing it for you guys because there's a lot of folks who can't travel. They're sitting at home or they haven't been outside their country, whatever the case may be, outside their state, whatever. So I enjoy doing this. Talking to you guys, but I want to be as positive as I can. I almost didn't broadcast today. I mean, I'm still not where I'd like to be, but I mean, it is what it is. I guess I could put it this way. I guess the Lord is just dealing with me in certain areas and revealing things. You know what I mean? Try not to get into it because it will come off negative. So I'm not gonna get into it too much, but sometimes you just have to listen. And my son sent me a TikTok yesterday, and it was talking about being patient, especially in parenting. But you can also apply this to your life. And the scripture says, be quick to listen and slow to anger. There is no if or but to that. You know what I mean? Is be quick to listen, slow to anger. But a lot of folks like to weaponize scripture. A lot of folks like to weaponize God for their benefit. And Jesus was quick to call them hypocrites. A lot of folks will tell you that you need to do this, this, and this, and they're not willing to do it. They'll tell you to take your problems to God, but then they'll bring their problems to you. And it's hard going through life not being able to express yourself. And that's what I thank God that He sent me a good counselor. You know what I mean? Because you can get into your counseling session and you can say what you need to say, get it off your chest, not have to worry about any pushback or somebody bucking against you. You know what I mean? So that's I highly recommend that you find a godly counselor, whether it be your pastor, your deacon. If you need to get some things off your chest, get some things worked out in your mind. You know what I mean? Because when stuff starts to build up, it's hard, man, to decipher and make the right choices, so to speak, sometimes. Because things start running together, and when you start looking at things, and then you go back and you're like, well, this happened 15 years ago. Why are you allowing a situation that happened 15 years ago to dictate what you're going to do now? And sometimes I find myself doing that. It's almost like ripping off a Band-Aid. or opening up an old wound, you know. But if you truly have forgiven someone, that wound will heal and never really reopen. Hello. If you truly have forgiven someone, that wound won't really reopen. And I've realized there's a lot of things I have not forgiven. A lot of things are, the way people talk to you. There's just a lot of things there, that you hold on to, and it'll change you. It'll make you bitter. So, the Lord, He's throwing that in my face. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, you got to deal with this. And He's telling me how I deal with it is I leave it at His feet. You know what I mean? And I can't worry about what other people do. And you got to be quick to listen, slow to anger, and slow to speak. I've adopted that slow to speak. I am not. I am nowhere near where I was back in the day, where I had a desire to prove myself to people. I don't want to prove myself to no damn body. Ain't no man on earth better than me, and I'm no better than anyone on earth. And I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You take me or you leave me. I really don't care. Started out me and God, is going to be me and God in the end. So, that's just what it is. I thank God for being there for me. You know what I mean? He puts the right people in the right places at the right times. And I thank Him for that. And I've said this 100 times before. It is amazing to watch how God works, and He shows you that your plan and what you think is going to happen is nowhere near where He's at. When you think that certain people are going to be there and they're not, that's because He meant for them not to be. That's because He's showing you who they are. And then the ones you don't think would have your back, that would go out of their way for you. And it's like, Lord, where'd they come from? It's like, I sent them. I sent them. It's awesome. It really is. It's really awesome to watch Him work. And I thank Him, like I said, for showing me who people are and how to deal with them accordingly. So again, I appreciate you guys checking me out, supporting me. I can't thank you guys enough. For my regulars, the people who get on here all the time. I can't thank you guys enough. Really, I cannot. It's sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, to realize that there are some paths you got to walk alone. There are some blessings that you have to go after yourself. You got to work hard for it. It's on you. You know, it's basically on you to do. You know, talking to my boys the other day. They're not boys anymore. They're growing into men. I'll say that. And I was just giving them examples of you got to cut the apron strings. You have to realize that your safety net that you currently have, your current support system, is not always going to be there as far as the earthly support system. All right, you're not always going to be able to fall back on dad and ask for help. Sometimes you got to figure things out on your own. And one of the best things that could have ever happened to me as a young man, and I want to say this happened right around, oh shoot, let's see, how old was I? I was 24, 25 when let's see. So yeah, I was, this happened when I was pretty deep into my 20s. I would probably say, yeah, I would probably say I was almost 20. I was about 28 years old, 27, 28 years old. And I was going to make a big purchase. Of course, that big purchase was going to get financed, and I was going to have to make payments. And I knew at the end of the day it was going to be on my shoulders. It was going to be my burden to bear. So I went to my dad and I asked my dad, you know, look, things get rough, things get a little tight, you know, do you think you can help me? And the best thing he could have ever done for me at that time, and I didn't realize it then, was he told me no. He told me flat out. We're sitting right there in his living room, me and my wife. He said it right in front of both of us. I can't. I got my own bills. Now, I left there pissed. I left there upset. I left there mad. But the thing that, what it showed me, what it drove home, when the light bulb went off and I realized it's just me. That's when I got serious. You know what I'm saying? I was serious before, but I really buckled down with my finances, and I tried to do the best that I could. And yeah, it created some friction here and there, but I wouldn't change a damn thing. Because at the end of the day, I've never been homeless. I've never been without lights. Never been without water. We've never had anything repossessed. By the glory of God, He gave me strength and the right mind to do and to handle my responsibilities. But yeah, I never got a chance to thank my dad for that, and I should have. He showed me right then and there, this is how you be a man. You stand on your own 2 feet. And sometimes you're going to be alone. On earth. Now, spiritually, you're never alone. sometimes you're going to be standing there and it's just going to be you and God. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go up this way. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I really do. And again, like always, if everyone's a servant, everyone gets served. And the key to that is you can't worry about being served. You got to be the servant. Okay? You have to set the standard. You have to show people how it's done. And sometimes some people are not going to get it. That's just what it is. Some people won't get it. Some people don't want to get it. Some people don't care. But you got to keep rolling on. All right? You have to be the standard bearer. All right. Y'all be good. I love you guys.